Okay. Hi there, my name's Chris and welcome to this presentation to show you what's possible with WIZZFX Construct. So I'm just going to log in first of all so that we're ready to go. There we go, we're logged into the app. And what I want to show you today are how I create two different pieces of audio. One is a sort of more movie trailer kind of thing, and the other thing is something that's more CHR, upbeat, with a bit of energy, just so you can see the power of what's possible with our database. So with that in mind, this first thing that I'm making, as I said, is a movie trailer type piece of production for a podcast about football. Now, given that it's a movie trailer thing, what I'm going to do is look for the stuff that I want to find, which is movie trailer production. So I'm just going to search for movie up here, and it's starting to give me a whole bunch of stuff that might be useful. Now, I am thinking I'm going to need some movie trailer effects and movie trailer music. And so here we've got a few sounds like this. All of those are great, so I'm going to grab all of these. I'm just adding them to my download queue. And I've got this piece of music here. I'm going to play it and just sort of jump through and see if this piece of music is going to be useful. I really like that as well. So I'm going to grab that. Given that, and notice when I grab this, it's giving me the full mix, the light mix, and the drums. I know that I don't need the light and the drums, so I'm just going to deselect those two bits. Great. What I also might like to get, because this is football focused, it might be nice to have some crowd effects. So I'm just going to search for crowd stuff and see what it gives me. I'm thinking I might like to have stuff like this. That's cool. That's nice. What else have we got? I might even just try refining this further to just the sound effects category. Okay, there's the couple I've already grabbed. Much smaller set now, which is good. That's what I want. Great. I'm going to grab that. So I've got a bunch of sounds here ready for this particular piece. Look, 8 files there, all ready to go. So I'm going to download these. And then I can drag them into my audio editing program, and I'm going to throw something together. So that's downloading up here. Nearly done. And then once we've got this, we can open the zip file and have all the files ready to import. So let's find it. Here it is here. Open this up, and we've got, there we go. Look, music and sound effects here. So I'm going to drag these all into my session. And now I like to use Ableton, but it doesn't matter what you use. Just put these on a channel, any channel for now. Great. Now let's go find my music. I think that's the best place to start. And here it is here. And it says it's at 134, the BPM, and it's given me a key as well, should I be interested in that. I'm more interested in just the BPM. So I'm going to put that in here so I can work with the grid in mind. Great. In fact, I'd like this to move just a little bit faster. So I'm just going to bump that up a touch. And I think that will just, there we go, sit a little nicer for me in this project. There we go. So I've got that lined up there on the beat. Lovely. Now I've got some voicing already that I had earlier here. And I'm just going to put this in. And I've got a little bit of a delay added to it actually, which I did earlier. And now we can have a listen to how this sounds and just maybe cut the music to suit.
Forged in the fires of undersoil heating, gather the steel of a stadium roof, their name is uttered in anguish and ecstasy.
It's all about the football gods. All they can do is hope they're smiling on them.
Never seen, never heard, but with ultimate power.
Now, obviously, I've got more music than I need. I'm just going to try trimming that up. Let's see what this sounds like.
Old gods! With mydieselclaim.com.
Cool. I quite like that. We just need to get this music edit spot on, so it might be something like this.
Old gods! With mydieselclaim.com.
Let's find the best spot. Might be there.
Gods! With mydieselclaim.com.
I like that. That's going to work. Now, I've got all these sound effects, as you'll remember, I dragged in. I've got some crowd stuff. So maybe what we could do is just going to put these in a more useful place down here on some of my effects channels that I have. And we'll just get the sound design, movie swipes and things down here as well. Whoops a daisy. And what we can do now is I'm just going to make sure I haven't got any time stretching on them, because when you use Ableton, it likes to add that in. There we go. And now what I can do is just go through and I'm going to just place some of these sounds as I want. So I'm thinking we'll have one to kind of get us started like this.
Forged in the fires of undersoil heating. Stronger than the steel of a stadium roof. Their name is uttered in anguish and ecstasy.
It's all about the football gods. All they can do is hope they're smiling on them.
Never seen, never heard, but with ultimate power. These are the football gods. With my diesel.
Okay, so you can sort of see what I'm doing. I'm working my way through here and planning out where I want these sounds to happen. I actually want this one here. There we go. And I'm going to put this one on the end like that. And you can see I'm using one sound quite repetitively, but that's just because I want it to help add that impact throughout when the bed's changing, the music bed's changing.
The football gods. With mydieselclaim.com.
See, I think that's sounding awesome. Just editing in some sports crowds now. We're going to start with some clapping as it begins. And then we're going to have a slightly bigger chair there. Then we've got some commentary, so we might just layer that, whoops a daisy, we might just layer that clapping in again. And then some more cheering, which will stop for that awesome big dropout, the sub dropout we have. And as simple as that, by placing a few sounds and finding a nice music bed, we have a great piece.
Forged in the fires of undersoil heating. Stronger than the steel of a stadium roof. Their name is uttered in anguish and ecstasy.
It's all about the football gods. All they can do is hope they're smiling on them.
Never seen, never heard, but with ultimate power. These are the football gods. With mydieselclaim.com.
Cool. I really like that. You can see I was just messing around with some of the levels and things to kind of get the mix a little bit better for how I wanted it. But I'm really happy with that. And it was as simple as say half a dozen effects from the site. And we've got one really great kind of football style movie trailer-esque piece of production. So the other thing I wanted to show you was how I might make something that's a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more CHR. So I'm just going to add a little thing here. Football. And then this one's going to be, I don't know, CHR, let's call it. How we might take something and make it really exciting. There's a sound I didn't even use. So I've got this voicing already here.
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días, con la mejor variedad de éxitos latinos que solo escuchas aquí. Urbana 92.5, tocando lo que pega.
So I've already got that voicing there that I'm going to use. But what I want to do is find a cool upbeat piece of music, some cool sound design bits, and maybe a cool drop or sing or something that will make it sort of dress it up and make it, you know, exciting. So I'm going to go back to the site. And I'm going to have a look for, I think like some house music or something might be quite cool. So I'm going to just search for house music here. And let's have a little look. And actually, there's a lot of stuff coming up. So I could further filter this by just filtering into the beds. So I'm just going to select beds, filter, see what we've got. And so sort of looking at some of these, the one that's kind of jumping out at me is this one here. Because it's kind of got like, it says it's got like a sort of a Latin flavor. So I'm just going to grab the full version of that. And, you know, we need to find some effects. So I'm going to go back to the home and I'm going to I just want to see breakers. I want to see some wipes and maybe some impacts. I just want to see that stuff. So let's filter everything and just look at some things. We've got lots of new stuff here today, which is great. So let's have a listen to Electric Scribbles. Love it. Going to grab that. And now I'd like to get a couple of wipes or a cool wipe. So let's see what we've got. What's this? That's quite neat. I'm going to grab that and I'm going to try one more. What about, I'll just try Dive Bomb in Space. Cool. I don't know if I'll need an impact because I've got quite a few. I mean, that last one we listened to had some impact, but let's just try this one. Great. I love it. Now, one of the things, if we switch to my download queue, you'll remember we picked this music and it's in the key of C minor. So I'm wondering if we can find like a cool sing or a cool something in C minor that I could use to kind of help dress this piece up before I download. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my categories here. I'm going to just go for sings and I'm going to go for drops and I'm going to select my key as C minor and I'm going to filter that and let's see what we end up with here. There's all sorts of stuff here. DJ Turn It On might be quite cool. Let's have a listen to that. DJ Turn It On. Don't know if I want that one. Let's see, what have we got? We've got all sorts here, which is quite neat. What's this?
Ready or not.
That's quite cool. So let's grab that. And what's this one?
Right here, right now.
Great. And I'm going to grab that one. Both of those are quite cool. I don't know if I'll use both of them. Notice they're both in C minor and they've both got tempos there, which will really help me. So going to my download queue, I've now got a couple of drops, ready or not, right here, right now. I've got a few sound design bits, wobble laser, CPU explosion, electric scribbles, and I've got Dive Bomb in Space as well, and then The Fever, which is a music bed. So like before, let's download this and let this think. And while that's downloading, there we go, nearly done. Bam, look at that. Let's open it. And in we go. So here are our sounds. And I'm going to just drag these straight into Ableton. Okay, there we go. I'm going to turn off any warping that might be happening. Now we know that this music bed is at 110 BPM. It says there in the file. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get the tempo of this particular session. Oops, a daisy in time. Oops, nearly there. Oops. Sometimes it's so fiddly. There we go. Let's pick a bit of the music that we want to use here. I want something more upbeat. Excuse me. Cool, I love that. And we'll put that there just for a little ending. Okay, so we got something here. Just going to try to get something interesting going. Great. And we've got our voicing. So just moving this along a bit, I'm just going to place it there. And this is what we've got without any sound design or anything else.
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días con la mejor variedad de éxitos latinos que solo escuchas aquí. Urbana 92.5, tocando lo que pega.
I wonder if we can just edit the end of this track a little bit.
Que solo escuchas aquí. Urbana 92.5, tocando lo que pega.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab some of the sound design that we found. Whoops a daisy, excuse me, making a little bit of an issue there with that copy paste. So we've got these bits. That's a sing. And we've got this bit here. Cool. So let's pull these down and just think about how we might use them. And what I'm thinking is we've got this cool little bit of sound design on the front here. I don't know if it's got a tempo. It doesn't, so that's okay. Let's stick that at the beginning. Okay, so we're going to have... Great. And then let's get one of these wipes that we downloaded. I'm thinking CPU explosion might sound kind of neat just on the front there. So we end up with...
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días con la mejor variedad de éxitos latinos que solo escuchas aquí. Urbana 92.5, tocando lo que...
And actually that works quite well. Just going to line that up on the end there nicely.
Urbana 92.5, tocando lo que pega.
So we got something cool here, but we got this little gap at the front that I want to put a cool drop or something into, right? So we're going to have...
Nosotros...
Like, let's put something fun in there. Now, as you'll recall, the music is in C minor, and so I searched for drops and sings that were in C minor, and we've got a couple of options to try here. So let's try just laying these out, and we can see which one we like the best, and make sure that we're all timed out as well. So one of them's at 150 BPM, so I'm just making sure that I've got that BPM plugged in. The other one is at 118. And we can just try both of these things. So I'll just line some stuff up. Get them starting where they look like they should. Let's try this first one. See how this sounds.
Ready or not.
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días.
Okay, that's cool.
Right here, right now.
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días con la mejor variedad de éxitos latinos que solo escuchas aquí. Urbana.
So either of those could work, but we need to get the context right. So actually I'm going to edit the voicing up a bit here. And maybe I'll start with this voiceover, which is a Lopez, by the way. And maybe we'll try and see if we can't put some stuff at the end here to kind of get us into the end tag.
Que solo escuchas aquí. Urbana.
Oops, a
Que
daisy.
solo escuchas aquí.
Ready or not.
Urbana 92.5.
So that's kind of interesting. We just get the...
Ready or not.
Urbana 92.5. Tocando lo que pega.
Great. So it's a bit loud in the mix, so I'm going to just fix that. But...
Latinos que solo escuchas aquí.
Ready or not.
Urbana 92.5. Tocando lo que pega.
So that's one option that could work. And I'm just going to try grabbing this. And I think actually that might work nicely slightly earlier in timing as well. And let's see how this one fits.
Solo escuchas aquí.
Right here, right now.
Urbana 92.5. Tocando lo que pega.
Okay, I prefer the right here, right now. And because I just want that to sort of delay out a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of delay to it, which I already have here, already set up on this channel. Let's just put that there. Now we have delay on that channel.
Escuchas aquí.
Right here, right.
Urbana 92.5.
Oops, a daisy. I had it turned off.
Right here, right now.
Urbana 92.5. Tocando lo que pega.
Awesome. And now we have a cool kind of upbeat CHR thing.
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días con la mejor variedad de éxitos latinos que solo escuchas aquí.
Right here, right now.
Urbana 92.5. Tocando lo que pega.
Now, this is missing something. I feel like it needs like a cool like woo or something on the front. So I'm going to go back to my Construct app. I'm going to go and I'm going to search for woo. and see what we've got here. I'm thinking, oh, here we go. Here's a crunchy and delayed live shout. Let's listen to this. That's quite cool. What's the next one? I think I prefer this first one. So I'll just download this. I'm just going to click this button to download it straight away. And there it is. And again, it's got a BPM on the file name. So I'm going to just put this in, make a new channel. And I'm going to make sure I've got that set up. And line that up. Let's have a listen to this. I think we might need to bring it down just a little bit more, so we'll do that. And hopefully this is our finished article.
Nosotros somos el soundtrack de todos los días con la mejor variedad de éxitos latinos que solo escuchas aquí.
Right here, right now.
Urbana 92.5, tocando lo que pega.
I think that sounds pretty cool. So that's two examples of how you can use Construct to make really cool stuff. Obviously, the first one was more movie trailer. Got lots of great stuff there to make that sound powerful and have some impact. And then to do something a little bit more upbeat and more sort of CHR or urban, if you will. So lots of possibilities and lots of ways to make great sounding production. Thanks so much for your time. I look forward to any questions you may have.